Adam, I appreciate you making time. Thanks so much.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
NXT making its 2-hour live premiere Wednesday night, 8 p.m. On the phone with me, leader of the Undisputed Era and your current NXT champion, Adam Cole, baby.
Yes, very excited. Very exciting times for NXT.
It's a very exciting time if you're a pro wrestling fan, if you're a pro wrestling performer. It's just a very exciting time in professional wrestling. Wednesday night, you are scheduled to defend your NXT championship against former UFC star, original bro, Matt Riddle, and going against a guy considered a submission specialist. First question has to be, how is your wrist?
It's not 100%. It is not ideal for such a big stage, such a big championship title defense with this 2-hour premiere on the USA Network. But I've been in worse situations before. I've been more banged up before. And this match is probably the most important match of my entire career. I need to make sure that the prophecy stays fulfilled. So hurt arm or not, no way Matt Riddle's walking out the NXT champion.
Well, you talk about being banged up in other places. People might not know that you also have a martial arts background at a young age. You grew up in what was considered to be the Attitude Era, where WWE and other companies were crossing over into the mainstream media like never before. When did you discover professional wrestling as a kid?
Yeah, so I was about 9 years old, and like you had said, I was taking karate lessons when I was younger. And it was one of those things that I just absolutely adored. I would get there early and stay late. I just wanted to be around it all the time. I really looked up to my instructor as well. And I remember one day I got there early, and he was running on a treadmill, and he was watching a taped Monday Night Raw from the night before, and it was Kane and Stone Cold Steve Austin putting Paul Bearer in a sewer. And I remember just being fascinated by this, and him looking over at me and saying, "Oh, do you watch pro wrestling?" And I lied to him, and I said, "Oh, yeah, I watch it all the time," because I wanted to fit in with him so badly.
Right.
And then, long story short, he let me borrow a tape, which was WrestleMania 15 in Philadelphia.
Wow, sure.
It was the first ever The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. And when I watched that match, from that point on, I was hooked, just a fan for life.
Well, cutting your teeth in pro wrestling, not an easy thing. Growing up in Pennsylvania, there's a lot of travel on your own dime for little money. Who are some of the other wrestlers who help you define and also refine who Adam Cole is?
Oh man, so I've been fortunate to meet a lot of really, really talented guys, people I call friends, who helped me so much. Early on, Steve Corino was a huge influence to me. I remember wrestling Steve Corino very early in my career, and we wrestled for like 30 minutes, and I learned so much from him. Kevin Owens was incredibly helpful to me in my career. Helped me a lot, kind of cut my teeth on the independent circuit and kind of learn how to refine who I was as a performer. Those two guys are ones that stick out in my head immediately as far as being incredibly helpful.
Your NXT champion, Adam Cole, Wednesday night, 2-hour premiere live on USA. When we talk about you growing up through the Attitude Era, it's no secret that pro wrestling fans or anyone who watches NFL, anything on Fox right now, that WWE and professional wrestling as a whole currently in another boom. With more choices than ever and more ways to watch programming and also engage with the athletes, for someone who maybe they shied away from professional wrestling after the Attitude Era, or maybe let's say they've never been a pro wrestling fan, why choose NXT Wednesday night live on USA?
Yeah, so NXT to me is like a rock concert roller coaster ride. There's a certain relationship that the fans and the wrestlers have, and there's like a magic that is created in the air. Whether you're there live or whether you're watching on television, it just transcends the TV. NXT as a whole is some of the most innovative, hard-hitting, athletic, high-flying, just exciting pro wrestling that money can buy. And then on top of that, we have some of the most rabid fans in the entire world. Like, you just can't help but get invested. It's very, very contagious. So for anybody looking to check out NXT, this is certainly a time to do it, especially with this boom period, not just for NXT, but for pro wrestling as a whole. And I can promise you, watching the show, you will not be disappointed. You'll be thrilled.
Well, we're sitting here in Daytona Beach, so we also have the opportunity to drive over to Full Sail University and experience NXT live. Talk about that relationship. I know that the Full Sail NXT relationship goes way beyond what is actually seen on the screen.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. And I think that's one of the coolest things about the fact that, the first few, or at least for the time being, NXT's TV show being at Full Sail University, because these fans have been with us from the beginning. They've seen NXT grow into this third brand of WWE that it's become. They've been along for the ride the entire way. They've become so invested in NXT. They've become so invested in the superstars of NXT. So especially early on for these initial shows, the fact that our TV show is at Full Sail is just almost like a cool thank you to those fans, because I can promise you they are going to be rowdier than ever and really, really excited for this 2-hour premiere on USA.
Well, we started the call talking about your opponent for Wednesday night, the 2-hour premiere, NXT USA Live. Matt Riddle, a dude, is a physical beast, submission specialist, as well as great striking power. What do you do to prepare for Matt Riddle, and what should Matt Riddle do to prepare for Adam Cole?
Well, I can tell you now, Matt Riddle already tried to prepare for Adam Cole by trying to fracture my right arm, which he successfully did. But as far as me preparing, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm one of the most calculated, smart, very aware wrestlers that there are. The ring is like my canvas. I know each and every part of it. I know how to use it as much as I can. More importantly, I know how to get in Matt Riddle's head. Matt Riddle has never been a champion in NXT. He's very good, one of the best that NXT has. But I'm a Triple Crown winner in NXT. I've held every championship that I can possibly hold, and there's a reason for that. I knew that becoming the NXT champion at one point was the most important thing to me in the entire world, and now that's changed. And now holding on to the NXT championship is the most important thing in the entire world. We've wrestled each other before. I'm fortunate to say he's beaten me before, but I've beaten him before. And in this high-pressure situation, which I'm more used to than him, I'm going to deliver. I'm going to be the guy who's going to retain the championship.
Well, without the pressure, you can't have a diamond, and there's no diamond like Adam Cole. He is your NXT champion. Wednesday night, the 2-hour premiere live on USA. Appreciate you making time, Adam. Stay safe, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you so much. My pleasure.